How's it going, Borderlands community? Welcome back to another Borderlands 3 video. I have some cool information to give you guys. They came out with some brand new cosplay guides. Now, whether or not you're into cosplay or not, I mean, I've been a big fan of cosplay for a long time, and if you haven't, that's cool and all, but these cosplay guides actually give a lot of cool detail and some cool theories as to what the characters are doing in Borderlands 3. So, even if you aren't big on cosplay, please watch this. This actually gives out some really cool details. So we got a couple of characters that they released so far in regards to the cosplay guides, and I mean, these guys gave us some details about the other characters, but for the most part it's only been the villains and it's only been the playable characters. But now we're actually getting some NPC cosplayer guides, and we're gonna actually be able to learn about maybe what happened to certain characters between the events of Borderlands 2 and 3. Starting off, we have Maya, we have Mordecai, we have Moxie, Tiny Tina, the female Psycho, and the male Psycho. So this is the biggest bunch of cosplay guides that they have done yet. So we're going to start off with Maya right here on the left. She has a little thing that, shows off, tells who she kind of is. I guess she was worshipped as a god in the Mosaic Order in Pending Storm. I don't know when that was exactly, but it's there. While she no longer spends as much time looting vaults and killing bandits, her powers have only grown in the years since she has explored Pandora. So Maya has only gotten stronger since Borderlands 2. Her strength has increased even more, so she's a pretty big tool, I'd imagine. Going on, so there's her, big old cloak. She isn't quite T-posing. She's not there yet, just arms down. But she has, her nice big cloak. She's doing the kind of yin and yang kind of deal. It's just black on white kind of outfit. I really dig it. It's pretty dope. It does look a little scuffed up here and there, but she has a dope looking outfit. You can actually see her class mod as well. Little belt there. I don't know why we'd need to know about her class mod. I think it's just for looks. I doubt she's playable in any way, but they just want to kind of show that off. Maybe this is a really crazy class mod that she found somewhere in the universe. I don't know, but you can actually tell her old haircut used to be there. I thought with the hood that she actually had some a lot of hair there. I thought all of her hair was the length here that is in front of her. I thought all of her hair was that length. Turns out no, it's just the back is cut up and chopped up like her last hairdo was. She just let the long bangs go. I like to call this the Jedi Maya because she looks like she's just sporting that Jedi cloak. You can get some of the different stuff there for her hair, and she's got the blue lipstick and everything else. But they did a really cool job, I think, with her design in this game. Really cool. It kind of shows that she's up and to the next level. She's really a real, a rounded warrior at this point, going across the universe. Right here's her little hand, which actually looks like the kind of phase lock ball motion kind of deal. Really cool for that. But Maya, for the most part, not a ton of interesting stuff. Her design's cool. I'm glad she looks this way. She looks like a badass as usual. I played a lot of Maya in Borderlands 2, but not a ton of details there. You kind of can just tell that she's grown and she's grown stronger, and maybe she's taking more of a lead with the team in Sanctuary 3. And we got our boy Mordecai. If you guys seen one of my past videos, you would know that Mordecai basically was one of the very, very first characters at Gearbox that they created. He was one of the very first characters. You can see it in the alpha and beta tests of the game. Before they even switched over to cell shading, he was one of the very first characters that they had a design for. He even had the lucha mask and everything else. I think he was supposed to still speak roughly Spanish or have a Spanish dialect to him. But some really cool stuff that we learn here towards the end. We do know that he won the Underdome. We've known that for a while. If you played Borderlands 1, there's a DLC, the second DLC, I believe, Moxie's Underdome. He is the one who wins it and dates Moxie for a little while, and ends up getting the ruby, which we'll talk about in Moxie's cosplay guide thing here in a second. But right here we can see, with the help of his winged companion Talon, he now works with an independent mercenary crew known as the B Team. Keep that in mind. We're getting a lot of new story development with that. The B Team. Remember that skull logo. I think he might be the leader of the B Team. He has the B patches here. It looks like he just kind of sewn it onto his leg there. Has a skull there. So we have the skull with the B on it. He has some new feathers in his hair. Overall, his design hasn't changed a whole lot. But I think Mordecai is more of a simplistic kind of guy. I don't think he's caring too much about his looks. He just likes his luchador mask. He's kind of repping his new clan. Seems to be all that Mordecai, you know, wants to do. He's a sniper. He's a bit of a drunk, but we have some really cool new looks at Talon. If you played the Borderlands 2 final DLC, we actually get to see Talon in that as well. But here's some cool concept design and art of our boy Talon. Let's get an F in chat for Bloodwing. F in the chat. That's it for him so far, for what we can muster up. And of course, we got our girl Moxie. She's taken her franchise on the Interstellar Road, setting up a bar in Sanctuary 3. So, I mean, it wouldn't be a hub world without Moxie in it. Of course, we need Moxie's bar. This is going to be awesome. They have a cosplay kind of contest going on at Comic-Con. So if you follow these guides and you're a big cosplayer, this is a pretty good way to, you know, pinpoint down every detail for your cosplay if you're going into that contest for the Borderlands cosplay contest. Here's our full outfit here. The kind of corset and everything else looks relatively similar, but she has some new stuff here. The gun holster, she has the kind of choker there, and I think some different things. Her arm straps, I think, and everything else are a little bit different as well. Overall, her design hasn't changed a ton. Like I said, with the whole corset thing there, but I mean, she always has that, you know, kind of like checkered pattern, you know, kind of design with her. But I like what she did with her hair and everything else. The hair is definitely different than it was before, and she's kind of a character who's growing as well. She's been through a lot within the whole universe. There's the different colors, lots of like orange and darkish colors, a lot of the checkered patterns, stripe patterns with her. She kind of, in this one, she kind of just looks like a badass goth babe or goth chick, which I really love. I can dig that a lot, especially with the choker here. I don't know what those things are. If those are supposed to be like, I mean, they almost look like almost spark plugs or something like that. I don't know. They almost look like spark plugs or something. It's hard to tell. But she has the Ace of Spades and the Queen of Hearts. Another little thing there. Queen of Hearts, Ace of Spades. You know, Ace of Spades is a big card. Queen of Hearts, I imagine it's Moxie, you know, Queen of Hearts. I think that kind of, you know, goes together well. And what I was saying earlier about Mordecai winning. Mordecai does win the Underdome and gets Moxie's gun called Ruby. Here it is right here in the holster. It says Ruby itself. So I don't know if that's a new gun, a new Ruby or whatever, because our characters in game get it from Mordecai. So it goes from Moxie to Mordecai to us. I'm pretty sure in Borderlands 2 that happens. Correct me if I'm wrong. If not, you're probably going to do it anyway. But this might be a brand new Ruby that we're seeing, or simply she just put another gun in there and the holster still just says Ruby from before. We can see her little megaphone there. Hopefully we could see some Underdome-like stuff. Hopefully it's not super boring or repetitive. I wouldn't like that, but we'll see. Moving on, we have our girl Tina. Possibly one of the best characters in all of Borderlands. I think she is definitely super over, like, I don't know what to say, like, everybody loves Tina. She's definitely a character who's, like, very, very overrated, but I do think she's a great character. I think, you know, she's probably one of the best, and she kind of was made up almost by mistake in some ways. It was one of the developer's daughters, if I remember right, who she's loosely kind of based off of with her personality anyways. So she has a little puppy tattoo there or something like that, and her actual knuckles say Tina. So imagine this little girl punches you and her actual name is indented into your skin. That's something else. That's something else. And I think this little mask here used to just be a normal looking psycho mask, but it's actually different. I think it's like it looks like a bunny or something like that. And she has little pink ends in her hair. I like the bunny ears. It's just beautiful. Another thing to notice, the whole B team thing. She has the skull with the B on her chest plate and on her book bag. What could this mean? It could mean a lot of things. One thing I'd like to point out is all the people on Sanctuary 3. We have Lilith, we have Maya, we have Tannis, you know, we have Marcus. I think that's the A team, and we have our new crew of, you know, Vault Hunters as well. I'd like to think that they're considering that to be the A team. The other team is doing a lot of stuff. Notice who's not on Sanctuary 3. Tina, Mordecai. Maybe they're off doing their own thing. Maybe they are the B team. At the very end of the Borderlands 2 DLC, the Sanctuary, Commander Lilith fight for Sanctuary, you can see that Lilith goes off and she's like, I need to recruit new people from the Crimson Raiders. I need to recruit new people and stuff like that. And a good chance our 4 Vault Hunters that we play as in Borderlands 3 are those people. I would not be surprised just from seeing the beginning of some of the tech demos for Borderlands 3. Lilith shows up there. She talks to us. There's a good chance the very beginning of Borderlands 3 is us getting found and talked to by Lilith in some kind of recruiting thing. There's a very good chance that's what's going on. Mordecai might go off with Tina and the rest of the crew and maybe Ellie. I'm not too sure. Ellie kind of seems like the mechanic. So Mordecai might have made his own B team while Lilith has the so-called A team who's on Sanctuary 3. So we might be working with 2 different crews here within the game, or the B team is just kind of support for the A team, helping in different ways. You know, Tina's big on demolition, so I'm sure she could be very useful in the game. And the character is trying to fight in the Calypso twins. So here's some more stuff for her. Of course, she's got a couple different rockets, some explosions there. There's her chest plate again. You can see like a detailed version of the B team there on her backpack as well. Little clock. There's the Tina bit there. And here's the mask up close. So it is a bunny. You can see the bunny ears there, the nose, the eye. This is really cool. And then we got the bunny there. What does that say? Enrique? What? I don't know. Oh, wow. Is that a tattoo that says Roland? I did not notice that before. I think that's literally a tattoo that says Roland. Huh. A little Borderlands symbol there. That's so sweet of her. She loves, Roland a lot, and she's got another tattoo there, it looks like, on her hip. She's a badass little kid. Badass little kid. I don't know the time skip from 2 to 3. But Tiny Tina could be potentially a teenager now, so she might be so tiny anymore. It might be why she's just called Tina. Moving on, we have the female Psycho. If you guys have been, catching all the different gameplay and stuff like that, you'd learn that there is now female versions of the Psychos. In all the Borderlands games, typically there hasn't been any female enemies that are like the underlings, the goons or the minions, like you would say, until Borderlands 3. We have had female enemies, but they tend to be like bosses, stuff like that, like the sheriff at Lynchwood. They tend to be, bigger characters that we'd fight, like Zarpedon, stuff like that. Commandant Steel as well. They're enemies, but they're usually bosses. We haven't been fighting goons that are female. And now we are with the Psychos, and I like what they did here. What they did basically is they created a bunch of different designs for the female and the male Psychos. You can check out the eyes there too. So what I'm guessing is, depending on certain places within the game, it looks like it might randomly pick different stuff. It might pick a random armband, random hair, random chest, and have you fight that enemy. So there's different variations of the Psychos. We have some of the bald ones, some different hairstyle ones there. We have some ear piercings, stuff like that. This is cool because it's something I've always noticed when playing Borderlands is you'll fight a Psycho, he looks exactly the same as all of the other Psychos. You could be literally killing the exact same guy every single time and you wouldn't even know it. But in Borderlands 3, it looks like they're trying to change that up a bit by having different outfits, different hair length, hairstyles, hair coloring, stuff like that. I really like that because that gives us some variety. It gives us some differentiation between new places. When I go fight an enemy here, I don't want it to look exactly the same as the next level. It looks like they're actually changing that up. We even have different skin tones, hairstyles, stuff like that. Let's move on to the male Psycho. Yes, look at them fucking veins, my man. He has some gashes too on him. He has some different scars, different, war paintings, stuff like that. Some different stuff going on there. Even different chains and belts and stuff like that. I like that. That shows us that they're really paying attention and wanting every aspect of this game to be different. different skin tones as well. None of the psychos have any hairstyle or different hairstyle choices, but look at this one right here. It's a burnt on Borderlands symbol, it looks like. This one has some tattoos, some giant gashes in them. I think that's dope as fuck. We're gonna be fighting some different looking, you know, minions now, and not every cycle looks exactly the same. That's really cool to me. The guns are random. The enemies should look random too. That just goes to show, I think they really are trying to change things up and make it look different, to have a different experience, and just overall make it really cool, and I like that. But that's gonna be it for this, guys. Hopefully this helped you, whether you're trying to look for cosplay pointers or if you're, you know, just wanting to know more about the characters and the details of the game. But I think that's gonna cut it for this video, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe. I have my Twitch down below. I stream all the time. I'll be streaming Borderlands 3 when it comes out, if you guys want to catch that. That's gonna be it for this video, everyone. Thank you for watching.